Well, we hit our light goal, so today I'll be reviewing all 4 of the WWE GameCube exclusive games from the 2000s.
Now, I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen plenty of other reviews on the GameCube games, and that's perfectly fine, but this one's going to be a tad bit different, as by the time these games actually came and went, I wasn't even born yet. So make sure you stick around to the end to see my full thoughts on these games.
Starting with WWE WrestleMania 18 released in 2002. Now I put the emphasis on the WWE because while yes, this is technically the first WWE game, all the logos and branding still have the old WWF Scratch logo. Now I am happy to report we do have a lot of good things to talk about, the first thing being the roster. At Jump, the roster includes over 30 playable wrestlers, ranging from the main event to the mid-card. This was also the first game to include a lot of the WCW/ECW standouts, most notably being Rob Van Dam and Booker T. Each member of the roster has an alternate attire, which is also always cool to see. Seeing Kane's all-red attire from Survivor Series 2001 popped me huge. But I feel like we're missing some people. Where's Latino Heat? Billy Kidman? Never seen him. Hell, we're missing people that were actually on the show this game is named after. Where the fuck is Maven? I know he wasn't exactly the most popular wrestler ever, but I feel like he should have been in a lot more games, this one included. But hey, for being real, the roster is very solid. Graphics wise, the game does look pretty impressive, albeit the art style is a little goofy for my taste. Like, Rob Van Dam looks like he's a Jakks Pacific figure. He looks like he's been taking tainted supplements, if you know what I mean. And some of the face scans are shoddy at best. Jeff Hardy looks nothing like Jeff Hardy in my opinion. Moving on to a really good part of WrestleMania 18 is the entrances. These entrances are really damn good, and this will be an occurring theme with the other GameCube games. During my time playing WrestleMania 18, I couldn't find a single bad entrance animation. But some people on the roster do have very inaccurate themes, like the Hardys once again do not have their real theme, which I find strange because their main theme has always been royalty-free music. Anyway, jumping into the gameplay itself, there's a very solid foundation here. I compare it in a way to Shut Your Mouth, a direction input followed by hitting the A button on your grapples. We have Irish whips, anything you could think of in a wrestling game. And I'm happy to report this is a very pick up and play wrestling game. It isn't too technical, and you can learn how to play everything in about 5 minutes. Finishers do look shoddy at best. Some of them are really good looking, while the others are just straight up bad. I mean, Jeff Hardy's Swanton Bomb is pretty fucked up. On the match type end, we have a lot of choices. Unlike the last wrestling game I reviewed, which was 2003's Raw 2 for the Xbox, the cage and ladder matches A actually work and B are actually fun. Cage matches actually take time, you can't just climb up and win, and it's also because the AI isn't dumb in this game, they do catch me slipping from time to time. The way the cage match works is you climb up and mash the A button, and again, you can't just instantly escape within 30 seconds, you need to beat down your opponent and give yourself enough time to climb out. Ladder matches and TLC by proxy are exactly the same. While being similar to Raw 2's belt grabbing, it actually works here. And again, you can't just instantly grab the belt and spam A. The AI actually tries its hardest to stop you, which I appreciate. Do be careful, however, because if you're in a tag team ladder match, the AI can just grab your ladder while you're on it and fuck you up. Hell in a Cell is also really good. It's actually close to the real size and scale, which is really cool to see. It's got plenty of space on the outside to move around freely, which I wonder why 2K doesn't do this. The Hell in the Cell matches in the current 2K games kind of suck because how limited the outside is. Now, in terms of game modes, everybody loves a season mode, right? Oh wait, this game doesn't have a season mode. Instead, we have 2 main game modes. The first is Path of a Champion. It's essentially an arcade ladder where you select one of the 6 titles to chase after. I chose the world title and picked The Rock. And it was going well until I got stuck in a triple threat steel cage match with Rob Van Dam and Tajiri. And one of the features this game has is that moves can be interrupted, and this became very fucking annoying after a while. I actually got stuck here and couldn't complete this after like 3 tries, so I just gave up and moved on. We also have Battle for the Belts. Battle for the Belts sees you select one of many fictional belts, and it's a one-life arcade ladder, and I mean that literally. I lost to Lita, and that was it. It kicked me out straight to the main menu. Sadly, these are the only 2 game modes outside of Exhibition, and that's really my biggest complaint with WrestleMania 18 is its lacking content. But for the very first WWE game on the GameCube, it's a very solid first effort, and the final verdict is a 6 out of 10. Moving on a year to 2003, we have WrestleMania 19, and hot damn, if this isn't an upgrade, I don't know what is. They changed up the gameplay in a good way. Controls are exactly the same, but now we have a weak and strong grapple system, just like the old Aki games on the N64. This adds multiple new gameplay animations and honestly makes the gameplay 10 times better. Looking at the roster, it's very good with a lot of standouts from 2002 and 3. Guys like John Cena, Batista, Brock Lesnar, and more. But there are some guys that I feel like could have made the cut. Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas aren't here, strangely. Still no Maven, and even my favorite wrestler of all time, Jeff Hardy, was removed, but that is kind of cheating because he did get fired from the company. Right off the bat, I have one complaint, and we have the lack of arenas. Only 5 here. That's kind of annoying, but hey, it's alright. All of the match types carry over from WrestleMania 18, but the Hell in the Cell does get a new feature where you can actually climb the inside of the cell, which I think is really cool. Now, I'm sure you just want me to cut all this shit and get to the most infamous part of WrestleMania 19, the revenge mode. The premise is simple. Vince is done with you, he's had enough of your bullshit, and has kicked you out of the arena. Waiting outside at 10 o'clock at night is Stephanie, who concocts a plan to get your revenge. Hence the name of revenge mode. You have 5 levels with 5 objectives. Up first, we have the construction site, where your objective is to throw security guards and workers to their death. Oh yeah, shit just got dark. If you've ever wondered what would happen if Streets of Rage met WWE, this would be it. Now, it seems simple at first, but soon it gets very overwhelming. Soon you'll be getting jumped by multiple people, and I hit my first roadblock. I got stuck on a level where the objective is to climb a wall and defeat The Rock. That's fine until you factor in the multiple guards and builders attacking you, and by the time you throw them off, they just instantly respawn. And by the time I even climbed the wall, I couldn't even throw the Rock off and the time ran out. I tried it 2 more times and got so pissed, so I just moved on to the mall level. The first objective is to make all the guards bleed. And that seems simple enough, but the guards take forever to bleed for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I was there for over 20 minutes just trying to make one guard bleed. But just like with the construction site, I got stuck again. One of the objectives is to break 3 signs, which seems simple enough, but by the time that I break the first 2 and even put a small dent in the third one, the timer runs out. Yes, this is a skill issue on my part, but this is going to be a very hot take, but I don't like revenge mode. I really don't like revenge mode. I find it too hard and challenging, and I'm playing on fucking easy. Consider this my I did not care for the Godfather moment, and it sucks because I heard so many good things, and while it can be fun and the idea is awesome, I just don't like the execution of it, and I don't like the mode at all. Also, I find myself fighting with the camera during revenge mode. It's not as bad as other games where the camera's terrible, but I did battle with it. Now, revenge mode is hands down probably the most wild story mode put into a WWE game, and again, while the idea is cool, I just do not like the execution of it. And what sucks too is you can actually use the revenge stages in normal matches, which I can't do because I couldn't beat revenge mode. But despite me not liking revenge mode, WrestleMania 19 is a damn good wrestling game and a very big improvement on 18. In terms of roster and gameplay as well. So the final verdict for WrestleMania 19 is a 7 out of 10. Now, just like its big brother, SmackDown, the GameCube would get a name change in the form of Day of Reckoning. After not me having the best time with 19, I was very skeptical, but after playing a few matches, dude, I fucking love Day of Reckoning. I don't exactly know what it is, but once again, we get a gameplay evolution in the form of an actual submission meter, and also, if you try to pick up a giant like the Big Show, you need to actually work towards it in a lifting minigame. That is nice. I had way too much fun just playing Day of Reckoning. The roster is exactly the same as the original SVR. In fact, a lot of them have the exact same model. Although, the character portraits do look a little funny. I mean, Triple H just doesn't look right to me. And I can't praise the GameCube games enough for how detailed they got the entrances, and Day of Reckoning delivers. Seeing Victoria's dance entrance popped me big time, and she even has the Nicki Minaj theme. It's the sped up version, but hey, that's alright. I'm also happy to report we finally get more than 5 arenas to play in. Every pay-per-view up to WrestleMania 20 is being bought in the game's shot zone, which is really cool to see. Also, Day of Reckoning has unlockable legends. You unlock these by completing various chapters of the story mode that we will speak about here in a second. Strangely though, they don't have their real themes, but I will say, Andre the Giant coming out to Breaking Benjamin kicks fucking ass. And that's actually a perfect segue into the game's soundtrack. I won't speak on it a bunch because it's literally just the same as the original SmackDown vs. Raw, which isn't a complaint because that soundtrack also kicks ass. But this isn't even the best part of Day of Reckoning. The best part is the story mode. That's right, we finally get a fully fledged story mode. The story starts you off in WWE's developmental system, a clear nod to OVW, where you'd wrestle in front of Jonathan Coachman to prove you have what it takes. After paying your dues, you move up to Sunday Night Heat before finally getting called up to the main roster. And the game gives you a choice. Do you want to go to Raw or SmackDown? I chose SmackDown, and I was expecting the typical good guy babyface saves the day and makes his way up the ranks and wins the title. That's not the case at all. If you go to SmackDown, you join the Undertaker's fucking Ministry of Darkness. Holy shit. And it's actually a good story. You team up with Charlie Haas until you kick him out. You get to win the tag titles with Booker T, which quickly I want to mention this hard as shit ladder match against the Bashams. Fuck this ladder match. Later on down the line, you get a US title shot against Charlie Haas, but you get DQ'd. Booker T steals your title shot. When you confront the Ministry about it, you get beat to shit. Luckily, GM Kurt Angle has our back, and we get another title shot, and after like 15 finishers, I am the US champion. It's a very good and well-written story. There's betrayals, swerves, bro, even bounties being put on your character's head, and I was having a very good time up until the Royal Rumble. I haven't really mentioned it up to this point, but Day of Reckoning has some of the most obscene difficulty spikes, and up until now, this is where it becomes completely fucking ridiculous. No matter what I do, it seems that Benoit will reverse every input you make, and I'm not even on the hard mode. I tried, and fucking tried.
What the fuck? Who at Ukes thought it'd be a great idea to just make it incredibly difficult? Like, were Ukes just trying to be fucking assholes? Well, they were. I
put the game down and came back the next day. After a couple more attempts, I finally beat this cursed Royal Rumble, and I could not have been happier. The fact remains, though, that these obscene difficulty spikes are annoying and rage-inducing, and I would love to sit here and tell you the ending, but I don't know the fucking ending because, once again, I get stuck. The second to last match is a mixed tag match with Undertaker. Now, I would expect the Undertaker to be difficult as hell. I mean, I've beaten Defeat the Streak mode in 2K14, but holy shit, this is fucking ridiculous! Despite me even dropping the difficulty down to easy, it's still too damn hard, to the point where I don't even want to finish the story mode. So I'm not! Good day, sir! Rant over. While Day of Reckoning is very fun, does a lot of great things, its frankly disgusting difficulty in the story mode keeps it from being a 10 out of 10. And that is why the first Day of Reckoning gets a 9 out of 10. Okay, anger rant over. We have made it to the end with 2005's Day of Reckoning 2, and wow, the first thing I noticed was, holy shit, this game looks good. Yes, I'm playing on upscaled graphics, but even the native GameCube graphics on this game looks really beautiful. Very impressive on Ukes' part. The core gameplay remains the same now with two big factors. One, the stamina system. That's right, you can't just go bonkers anymore. You have to actually manage your stamina, and if you don't, you will get tired. While this idea is cool, it soon became very annoying that I'll talk about later, and you can't turn it off to my knowledge. We also have an overhaul to the submission system. You can just go for a submission, or you can drain your opponent's stamina. You can do a rest hold. There's so many intricacies to the submissions now that I actually really appreciate it. We also got the new SVR camera introduced, but you can actually switch this back to the stage camera or a middle option, which is really cool. We also have some new legends like Stone Cold, and it is a well appreciated improvement on the already great improvement that was Day of Reckoning. But, again, the main meat and potatoes of this game is the story mode. It's actually a direct continuation from the first game, if you pick the Raw option, so I guess SmackDown was the non-canon path. The first thing I noticed is we still don't have any voice acting. The first Day of Reckoning didn't either, and I didn't mention it because I was expecting 2 to have voice acting, but it doesn't, but that's fine. The main story itself starts with you entering a tournament for the World Heavyweight title, and it's revealed that Triple H actually won the belt back off of you off-screen. For those who picked the Raw side back in the day, would this count as getting God of War 2'd? You know, that old gaming trope where you start off with all the shit you had in the first game and they take it away? Back to the story though, it actually starts off very close to WrestleMania, where you're going to take on Triple H for the title once again. You have a tag match against him and Flair, and oh my god, Triple H kicks out of everything. Holy shit. Like, I know this is Reign of Terror Triple H, but this is like Young Bucks level annoying kickouts. Anyway, we get to WrestleMania, and there's no match. Because somebody stole the title. Yeah, because of course you wouldn't get the belt as soon as you start the game, as the game starts. And the story pretty much becomes a whodunit. Who stole the title? With some other subplots being thrown in there, like Edge trying to steal Stacy Keibler from you, because of course he is. And I'd also like to put over how this game will let you make choices. In the first game, the only real choice you got to make was going to Raw or SmackDown. But here, you can actually decide what to do. You decide to jump Edge or go after the IC title because the world title is still missing, for example. And you get screwed out of that because, well, Edge pushes you off a ladder. And up to this point, I was thoroughly enjoying the story mode. But guess what? Guess fucking what? I get stuck again! I get put into a fatal 4-way steel cage for the IC title. And I didn't get stuck because the AI counters everything. No, I get stuck because the AI actively cheats. Yeah, they cheat. No matter what you do or how many finishers I hit, the moment I climb the cage, they just pop right back up and knock me down. And by the time you knock them all down, your stamina is mostly gone, and it goes down so fast. And unlike the Rumble and Taker mixed tag match for the first game, I was actually able to find old forum posts bitching about this exact same problem. And the simplest way to fix this is to A, let the player win by pinfall, or B, not make it a requirement to win every match. The season mode in the SVR games had that basic concept down, and this is the same fucking developer. These story modes are fucked!
And you know, the fucked thing about it is, I actually enjoy these games, I really do, but the story modes are flat out fucking annoying. Either because of difficult AI, or busted ass AI. But that was my take on these games. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Make sure you like so that YouTube will push this video out to more people, and click either one of these videos. I'll see you in the next video.